Hey there. I want to talk to you about pendulum divination. It's like the Ouija board. The Ouija board, as we know it, dates back to the Victorian era, a time when Brits and Americans in particular were fixated on communicating with the dead. This was not, however, the only method of doing so. In fact, the pendulum method of interdimensional communication, or talking to the dead or spirit world, may have been in use since Roman times. A pendulum is a simple tool that is usually a heavy piece of metal or crystal attached to a long, flexible chain. I'm actually using a wooden mask carving on the end of a strong silver chain. Many people use pendulums like this to divine the location of anything from water to spiritual energy. As for me, my grandma taught me to use it to tap into the energy of the universe and find personal guidance. You can ask questions like, am I on the right path? Am I making a mistake? Is everything going to be okay? All you need to do is have a divination board, which is a lot like a Ouija board, and a pendulum. I made a quick board from a square piece of cardboard using a big bowl to trace a circle and a straight edge to mark 90-degree lines running horizontally and vertically. The two lines are essential because they are used to determine a yes or no answer. And really, if you ask your questions the right way, that's all you need. So put the board in front of you on the table and pick up the pendulum. Again, you can make your own, or you can buy something really beautiful and perfectly weighted from a specialty store. Suspend the pendulum just above the board and hold the chain in your fingers with your elbow on the table. Your elbow should not be on the board, but close enough so that when you dangle the pendulum, the charm sits just above the center. If you're not sure how to handle the pendulum or the board, check out the video version of this podcast. However, here's what I forgot while making the video. Don't just hold the charm at the center of the board and wait for it to move. Instead, ask your question and then start the pendulum moving in a circle. Witches would tell you to make sure the circle is clockwise. Concentrate on your question for a moment and then stop moving your hand. Just put your fingers back into the center and let the pendulum do its work. By the way, Grandma says it's pronounced pendulum. Anyway, so the pendulum will slowly stop its circling and decide upon a direction in which to swing. In the yes direction or the no direction. If it's really too far in the gray area, assume that your board needs more options or that you need to rephrase the question. Maybe make it more specific or less specific. But do go ahead and fill in more options on your board. You can fill in as much space as you want. Classic options include beware and someone wants to talk. Hint, hint, somebody in the room that you can't see would like to talk to you. And you can go ahead and ask questions to that person, that spirit, in the same way as you ask about yourself. Other good answers are reconsider your plans or forget it and focus on something new. Just remember that every answer cuts across the entire board at the same angle, so you can only theoretically fill half the board with answers, because a pendulum swings two ways. Have fun! I hope all your answers are good.